Hello, BookTube. I believe I just recently said that I would get back to new stuff promptly. And lo, the new stuff arrived. So I've got a mail haul here. I thought we'd go through it together and see what's going on, what we've got here. And you know, there's something about mail hauls that I haven't said in quite some time. I used to say it all the time, every one of them. And I stopped, and I wanted to remind you all. I'm assuming that you already know it because we're kind of cozy here. But if you see something in this mail haul that you definitely want, not a whim, but something that you've been thinking about or you've been expecting or that is particularly up your alley, right now the standard response on these videos, if that's true, is for those of you, some of you in that position, to leave a comment saying, X book is going on my TBR right away, or X book is going on my list right away. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's what TBRs are for. And that's a large part of what these mail openings are for. But in addition to that, if it's more than that, if it's you see something and, oh my God, I really, really want that, let me know. I have to review a lot of these, but I get doubles of a lot of things, and even if it's not a double, once I'm done reviewing a thing, 95% of what I review, I no longer need to keep. So there's a good chance that it'd be, I just put your name on it when I'm done. So just let me know that. But in the meantime, let's see what we have here. What is the first one? What is the first one? Oh. Yeah, all right. It's Harvard University Press. It comes out in June. It's by Jeremy Waldron, and it's called One Another's Equals, The Basis of Human Equality. Okay. An enduring theme of Western philosophy is that we are all one another's equals. How's that for an opening sentence? What do you mean by enduring? In Western philosophy extends all the way back to Epictetus. Are you going to tell me that in that stretch of Western philosophy, the tenet of human equality has been a given? Right out of the gate. Yet the principle of basic equality is woefully underexplored in modern moral and political philosophy. In a major new work, Jeremy Waldron attempts to remedy that shortfall with a subtle and multifaceted account of the basis for the West's commitment to human equality. What does it mean to say that we are all one another's equals? Is this supposed to distinguish humans from other animals? What is human equality based on? Is it a religious idea or a matter of human rights? Is there some essential feature that all human beings have in common? Waldron argues that there is no single characteristic that serves as the basis for equality. He says the case for moral equality rests on four capacities that all humans have the potential to possess in some degree: reason, autonomy, moral agency, and ability to love. Totally wrong. That is totally wrong. And I haven't even read the first page of the book, and that is totally wrong. Oh, no. Maybe not wrong, but totally untenable. And he's going to try to maintain it for the whole course of the book. What does it say? That moral equality rests on four capacities that all human beings have the potential to possess in some degree: reason, autonomy, moral agency, and the ability to love. A vegetative child has none of those. Is this author going to say that a vegetative child should be harvested for his organs? A dementia patient has only two of those out of the four. Are they half as equal? Oh, see, this is why I stay away from philosophy, because it's utter nonsense, and the people who do it, well, anyway, this particular person who does it is a professor in the School of Law at New York University, and this comes out in June, so I have plenty of time for preemptive outrage. Let's see. let's move on, shall we? Goodness gracious. Go to this next one here. What have we here? Oh, okay. Good. Excellent. All right. This is World Without Mind, The Existential Threat of Big Tech. That's by Franklin Foer. World Without Mind. This comes out in September. Over the past few decades, there has been a revolution in terms of who controls knowledge and information. This rapid change has imperiled the way we think. No, it hasn't. OMG. I bet by this point it's not only me, but you who are longing for a good Queen Victoria biography, so Steve will burble like a satisfied baby. Without pausing to consider the cost, the world has rushed to embrace the products and services of 4 titanic corporations. We shop with Amazon, socialize on Facebook, turn to Apple for entertainment, and rely on Google for information. These firms sell their efficiency and purport to make the world a better place. But what they have done instead is enable an intoxicating level of daily convenience. As these companies have expanded, marketing themselves as the champions of individuality and pluralism, their algorithms have pressed us into conformity and laid waste to privacy. They have produced an unstable and narrow culture of misinformation and put us on a path to a world without private contemplation, autonomous thought, or solitary introspection. A world without mind. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. So. Okay. All right. So. Actually not. Actually, those 4 corporations have done nothing of the kind. All of those things you have to do to yourself. No corporation can do it for you. Or to you. You have to do it to yourself. You can't say that Google has made you stupid about checking your sources. Okay. Let's just move on. Oh my God. Let's go on to something else here. Let's hope for a book that I can like for even 1 sentence. That would be nice. This one's from Europa Press. They're usually friends of mine. What have we got here? Oh my. All right, so this it comes out in May. It's by Philippe Georget, and it's Crimes of Winter, an Inspector Sebag mystery. From the author of Summertime, All the Cats Are Bored, which was great. It was fantastic. Oh, great. Oh. Okay. And on the back, there's an open letters blurb attesting to that fact. Very nice. Well, I stand by it. The Summertime, All the Cats Are Bored was really good. All right, well, good. We've gone from arguing to agreeing. There's 1 sentence on here that I totally agree with. This winter is going to be a rough one for Gilles Sebag, a police officer and police inspector in the sleepy French seaside town of Perpignan. After many long months of doubt, he has discovered the terrible truth. Claire has been cheating on him. Vacillating between depression, whiskey, and insomnia, he buries himself in work in an attempt to forget the ugly realization that he has been betrayed. But his investigations lead him inexorably towards other tragedies. A woman murdered in a hotel, a depressed man who throws himself from the roof of his building, and another who threatens to blow up the neighborhood. Whether by chance or due to Murphy's Law, Perpignan seems to be suffering from a veritable epidemic of crimes of passion. Adultery is everywhere, and every betrayal leads to another dramatic scene. All right, great. Although, you know, it says here that Sebag is the protagonist of Summertime, All the Cats Are Bored, and Autumn, All the Cats Return. And I see that and I'm horrified because I don't remember getting a copy of Autumn, All the Cats Return. So I will be squeaking to the publicist about that just about as soon as I finish this video. Oh my. Look at the size of it too. Very good. All right, good. We're back in the game. After a rough start, we're back in the game. And this next one's from North, and they never disappoint. So we'll have to hope this is... didn't disappoint this time either. Oh my god. I requested this. I'm so happy to be getting it. Do I have any kind of information? No, I don't. Alright, that doesn't matter. Look at this. This is their new annotated version of Frankenstein. Will you look at how beautiful that is? And it's going to be an oversized thing. It's going to be lavishly illustrated. And it's the usual annotation thing. You know, the text on one side and the notes on the other, whatever the annotator finds interesting. Some of you may remember that I'm a big fan of Leonard Woolf's annotated books. He did Jekyll and Hyde, he did Frankenstein, and he most gloriously did the Essential Dracula, which you absolutely have to have. If you're a fan of Dracula, you have to have that book. But I'm always up. I discovered this the other day. I was book shopping with Chris and Giselle, actually. The last time they came to visit Boston, we were at the Brattle, and I saw an annotated Dracula that I need like another hole in the head, and I got it anyway. I discovered that I have a sweet spot for annotated versions of things. So this is fantastic. Great. So I have this, and then down the line, this comes out in July. Down the lines, I will have the finished copy. All right, good. All right, now we move on. We've got 3 more to go here. What is this next one? Okay. All right. This is due in early June. This is a new translation of the Confessions of St. Augustine by Sarah Rudin, who's a great translator. She's done a number of different classical texts, and she does a fantastic job. She is so good, so sensitive, so eloquent, so non-egotistical in the way she gets out of the way and lets her authors talk through her translations. She's an amazing gift as a translator, and if memory serves, she's I want to say the first woman ever to translate the Confessions of St. Augustine. I could be wrong about that. There certainly haven't been many. Wow. Oh my. And there you have the bitten fruit on the cover. Those of you who know the Confessions, and I don't imagine they're not as well known as they used to be. So probably none of you know the Confessions, but it's a key moment. It's an unforgettable moment in the Confessions. Oh my, oh fantastic! All right, so this comes out in June. Oh my, I am going to twist arms to get to review this. Oh boy! All right, let's move on here. Wow. Sarah Rudin translating the Confessions of St. Augustine. That is incredible. Oh, great. Oh, fantastic. This is the finished copy. This comes out in early May. And this is the finished copy of No One Can Pronounce My Name by Rakesh Satal. The finished copy is actually much nicer looking than the advanced copy that I got. And this is so good. I read it, and I will gladly reread it. It is such a good novel. Let me see here. In a suburb outside Cleveland, a community of Indian Americans has settled into lives that straddle the divide between Eastern and Western cultures. For some, America is a bewildering and alienating place where coworkers can't pronounce your name but will eagerly repeat Sanskrit phrases from their yoga class. Harit, a lonely Indian immigrant in his mid-40s, lives with his mother, who can no longer function after the death of Harit's sister Swati. In a misguided attempt to keep both himself and his mother sane, Harit has taken to dressing up in sari every night to pass himself off as his sister. Meanwhile, Ranjana, who is also an Indian immigrant in her mid-40s, has just seen her only child, Prashant, off to college. Worried that her husband has begun an affair, she seeks solace by writing paranormal romances in secret. When Harit and Ranjana's paths cross, they begin a strange yet necessary friendship that brings to light their own passions and fears. No One Can Pronounce My Name is a compassionate, funny, and revealing look into the lives of people who must reconcile the strictures of their culture and the traditions of their own dreams and desires. And that phrase, a strange yet necessary friendship, is perfect. Not always. Publicity copy is not always perfect, but in this case, perfect. Because the relationship between those two is awkward and unconventional and totally real. It's a masterpiece of insight into what friendship can be like. I didn't see it coming. I thought it would be sort of a by-the-numbers romance, but instead, I wholeheartedly recommend this book when it comes out in May. And then we have the last thing. It's this thing. I think it's the surfboard I ordered. It's huge. Now, in the karmic view of this mail haul, what this would be something that would infuriate me. That we would end the way we began, with something that drives me nuts. So let's see. Is it a flat Earth book? Oh no. No, it's the opposite of a flat Earth book. Oh, good. This is Universal by Brian Cox. This came out on the 1st of April, so this finished copy is a little bit slow getting to me. But this is a big look at just the basics of Western science and astronomy, cosmology, that sort of thing. Totally unknown to 90% of the American public, and not believed by 50% of the American public. 50% of the American public says none of this is true, because all of this is based on a heliocentric view of the solar system, and that is not true. All of this is based on the extreme age of the Earth, the solar system, and the universe, and that is not true either. All of this is based on things just happening, according to natural forces, instead of being moved around like billiard balls on a table, and that's not true either. 50% of the people, but I don't think they're the ones this is aimed at, and unfortunately they'll never read it. But I read it. I read the advanced copy that I had, and it's fantastic. You leave it to Brian Cox. He can do no wrong when it comes to science education. So fantastic, great. So the blurb on the back is, I'm privileged to have been one of the first humans to set foot on another celestial body when Neil Armstrong and I landed on the moon in 1969. I continue to have a sense of wonder about what is out there, just as I did when I was young. There is still so much to learn about our universe. Universal will help inspire those who share my fascination with our planets, the solar system, and beyond. And that's by Buzz Aldrin. It's not a bad blurb to have on a book if you're going to have one. So that does it. So great. We have Universal. We have No One Can Pronounce My Name. We have a new translation of St. Augustine's Confessions by Sarah Rudin, the great Sarah Rudin. We have an annotated version of Frankenstein. We have Crimes of Winter, the latest in a series that I wholeheartedly recommend. We have One Another's Equals, about the nature of human equality, and we have World Without Mind, in which all of your corner-cutting laziness is blamed on other people. I'm not going to get started again. I'll sign up for now, and I'll see you soon, book 2.